Hello friends. Today we're going to be taking a look at some really useful business English in the space of multinational asset management and investment firms. I recently read an article about the business practices of BlackRock, Vanguard and State Street. It was written by Ryan Ermey at CNBC, which is owned by NBC Universal, which is owned by Comcast, whose largest investors are Vanguard. However, I'm sure that there are no conflicts of interest, and the article is written in entirely good faith with no concern for what the bosses might think. It is titled, Debunking Claims that a Cartel of Asset Managers Controls Major US Corporations. We're not going to read the whole article because it's incredibly boring. Instead, we're going to select a few key paragraphs that offer a great summary when put together. And of course, there is a link to the full article in the description below. Paragraph 3. In the passive investing world, 3 asset managers reign supreme. Vanguard, BlackRock, which operates iShares ETFs, and State Street, which manages the SPDR line of index funds. Paragraph 10 with a subheading. No, these companies don't own major corporations. Many of the memes you'll see regarding this trio of companies will claim that they own, control, or are top investors in major American corporations such as Apple, Lockheed Martin, and Pfizer. Paragraph 11. If you look up the top institutional investors in these firms, you will find major asset managers close to the top of the list. Vanguard is the top shareholder of Apple stock. BlackRock is number 2, and State Street is number 4. State Street, Vanguard, and BlackRock are the top shareholders in Lockheed in that order. Pfizer's top shareholders, Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. Paragraph 12. They do own a large portion of the publicly traded shares of those companies. So that's true, says Daniel Sotiroff, Senior Manager Research Analyst for Morningstar Research Services. But then you need to take a step back and ask yourself why that is. Paragraph 14. That money is being invested in S&P 500 companies such as Apple, Lockheed Martin, and yes, Pfizer. But it doesn't belong to the asset managers. It belongs to you. Paragraph 15. These companies own these shares on behalf of their investors, says Sotiroff. They don't own them for their own personal corporate reasons. They didn't just go out there with their own money and start buying up stakes in these companies. Paragraph 17. BlackRock makes money by collecting fees from its investors, not by reaping profits from the companies it invests in. In short, BlackRock doesn't own a portion of many US corporations. The people who own shares in BlackRock funds do. Let's have a quick look at who the top shareholders in these 3 companies are. BlackRock's number 1 shareholder is the Vanguard Group Incorporated. Vanguard's top shareholder is BlackRock Incorporated. Among the largest shareholders of State Street are Vanguard Group Incorporated, BlackRock Incorporated, State Street Corp., Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund Investor Shares, and Vanguard 500 Index Fund Investor Shares. I'm sure that's all completely fine. Paragraph 18 with a subheading. No, asset managers don't vote as a cartel. Okay, even if these asset managers don't own the shares outright, they do. They still hold them on your behalf. And that means they can use your money to impact corporate decision making because of proxy voting. Paragraph 19. These decisions may include electing new board members, approving corporate moves such as mergers or acquisitions, or setting executive bonuses. Paragraph 28. Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street have all launched pilot programs in recent years that allow shareholders in certain funds to direct the asset managers on how they'd like to vote on certain issues. Paragraph 29. In other words, these firms are acknowledging that it's your money they're putting into markets, not theirs. And if you don't like the way they vote on your behalf, there's a chance these changes could soon allow you to make your voice heard. Well, there we have it. It seems like they're doing the right thing.
And aren't we lucky to have highly objective and incorruptible true journalists like Ryan Ermey to keep us up to speed on the admirable work of these three great companies.
If you're thinking about investing, then you seemingly cannot go wrong with BlackRock, Vanguard, or State Street. They all believe in and invest in each other. Business English.